But isn't there a risk that with all this money coming out of Congress, the money that we're lending, that we'll end up with something that we don't like, as in more inflation than we like, or asset price bubbles?
So inflation has been an interesting phenomenon. Back when 12 years ago, when the financial crisis was getting going and the Fed was doing quantitative easing, many people feared that the increases in the money supply that would, as a result of quantitative easing, asset purchases, would result in high inflation. Not only did it not happen, the challenge has become that inflation has been below our target. So that is globally the challenge has been inflation below target. And honestly, it is not a first order concern for us today that too high inflation might be coming our way in the near term. Far from it. There are certainly, I would say, these are programs that we're developing at a high rate of speed. We don't have the luxury of taking our time the way we usually do. We're trying to get help quickly to the economy as it's needed, and I worry that in hindsight you will see that we could have done things differently. But one thing I don't worry about is inflation right now.
Well, first of all, we haven't really spiked yet. We've been gradually trending higher. And it's not necessarily because people are worried about recession. They're worried about what the central banks, and in particular the Federal Reserve, is going to do about the next recession. That's why the price of gold is going up, because the Fed is going to be going back to zero. They're going to be going back to quantitative easing. And all of this is good for gold. In fact, gold has been making record highs in almost every currency except the dollar. And I think ultimately we're going to make a high in the dollar probably before too long. And, when the Fed did quantitative easing the first time, the reason that the gold rally stopped at 1900 was because everybody believed that the Fed had an exit strategy and that they could reverse the process, normalize interest rates, unwind their balance sheet. When they realized that they were mistaken to believe that there is no exit strategy, that it's basically QE forever, that the balance sheet is going to grow in perpetuity, gold's not going to stop next time. It's going to keep on going.
And